Who I believe to be the true birthers of choosing beggars, it's entitled parents. Our first one is from Mrs. Potato Head 789. Throughout my childhood, from when I started school to about age 18, I would ask my mom what she wanted for Mother's Day. And every year she would very clearly say, "Nothing. You don't need to get me anything at all." And so I didn't, because I was a child and she was my mom, and I believed what she said. In my teens, I just assumed it wasn't something she felt was important. I'm an only child, and my lovely dad who lived with us wasn't one for social conventions and didn't intervene. I'm not sure why, but aged 18, I started buying her a Mother's Day card and present, which always went down well with her. After I had my own son, my mom decided to tell me that every Mother's Day that she didn't receive a present, she would hide away and cry because I hadn't bought her anything, and that everyone else had a lovely present and card, except her. What's going on here? I'm 48 now and still feel weird about both her not telling child-aged me that she'd like some flowers or whatever, and also that she told adult-aged me about how I'd made her cry each year. I don't understand the entitlement here because of the fact that you asked her what she wanted for Mother's Day and she told you not to get her anything. Then once you did start getting her stuff, she seemed happy with it, only to throw it in your face once you had a child. I'm not really sure what her end goal is, but it's just kind of messed up. This next one is by Nad Jen. Okay, it's been a long time since I posted here. As a quick summary, the entire side of my mom's family are entitled fuck-ups, and so is my mom. I was doing great for a few months because I don't see her too often, and yesterday she acted up. So yesterday, I was on some urgent business and I went to grab some cash from my wallet, only to find it empty, even to the pennies. But thanks to the power of technology, I managed to pay with a QR code, so it's all good. Long story short, I asked my mom if she took some money off my wallet, and she said yes with no remorse. I then asked nicely for her to return it back, but she said she spent it already, and to not make it a big deal since it's only $100. I told her that I needed it for my transportation fees. I have a fear of telling her that I'm short on money, for reasons that will be shortly clear, and she yelled at me for being wasteful and that I should save my money. I once again asked her to return the money and she said, "Later, I'll do it later." But when I had to transfer some money to her, she wants me to pay up as soon as possible. The hypocrisy. She returned the money, but since then she's been calling me a stingy child who's ungrateful to her mother who raised her, and the fact that I asked for the money back, mind you, that my money, that she stole from my wallet, makes me a sinful child with no faith in God. What the fuck? It's been a few hours since then, but her words keep reverberating through my head. The fact that she's just on the whole defensive, semi-attacking stance just shows she's guilty 100%. But the fact that she took money from you with absolutely no remorse and acts like this just because you asked for it back, that's just entitlement on a whole new level. This next one is from A. Sheila. My husband and I are estranged from my in-laws. They are all grossly entitled narcissists in various forms. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law are two of the most narcissistic, entitled people I've ever been around. Their only goal in life is 1. Control, and 2. Criticism. They don't care about anyone. They don't listen to anyone. If they decide you're XYZ, then by God you're XYZ, irregardless if it has anything to do with reality. After years and years of hating them, trying to plot the perfect way to shame them publicly, and generally wishing them physical harm, I've realized from thousands of YouTube videos, you can never punish them because they don't care and they don't listen. But I finally found a way to use their evil for good, and it's been glorious. Entitled narcissist people do not like anyone showing them up. It just so happens my sister-in-law's child, my niece-nephew, needs help in this economy. Unlike mother-in-law and sister-in-law, I feel the older generation has an obligation to help the younger generation. My sister-in-law's child has many children. Sister-in-law stole her child's home and got it foreclosed on with fake documents, on top of physical and verbal abuse towards sister-in-law's child. They are god-awful people. After years and years watching various Here's How Narcissists Work on YouTube, I've realized you can never get even with these people. You can't punish them. Go back to the 2 points above. They don't care, and they don't listen. Entitled people don't like to lose. They are so entitled, they will shoot themselves in the foot to be the winner. For the past 2 years, I've figured out a solution to force them to behave and compete. I first told my sister-in-law's child and significant other they hold all the cards as they have the children. Bam! No more miserable holidays at mother-in-law's and sister-in-law's house. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law have to go to sister-in-law's child's house now. And like the entitled people they are, they will not miss Hallmark Christmas. They are also not in control of that house, and sister-in-law's child is amused watching them be polite for a change. I've gifted sister-in-law's child money to make rent, major appliances, and I do a monthly Sam's order for basics, plus a $50 tip for whatever else they would like. I do this because I love sister-in-law's child and their family. My bonus is screwing with my mother-in-law and sister-in-law, and both have stepped up to the plate. I bought sister-in-law's child a banging Bluetooth appliance set. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law went out and bought a matching set for their house, then gifted sister-in-law's child a refrigerator. Christmas was coming, and in anticipation of my gift, they gifted sister-in-law's child a very nice stove. Sister-in-law stole her child's house. She has committed many bad acts against her child. Her mother was involved every step of the way of screwing over her grandchild. Now I make sure sister-in-law's child is taken care of in this economy. Mother-in-law and sister-in-law do not like that because it makes them look bad. I love making them look bad because sister-in-law's child wins every time because I'm not allowed to look better than them. The fact that you've effectively employed some reverse psychology to get them to step up to the plate and actually do something to provide for that child, even though that child's a grown adult with children of their own, it just says something. And it also goes to show how the mind of narcissists and entitled people really work. And it seems in this case, the narcissism overpowered the entitlement. And our final one is by Lunar Rabbit 18. Random memory popped up in my head today, but this feels so messed up now that I'm thinking about it. Ever since I was little, my mom would ask me weird, off-the-wall questions and make me make promises to her. It ranged from, "Am I a good mom?" to, "Are you going to take care of me as an adult rather than put me in a nursing home? Promise you'll take care of me." I never thought these were weird until she kept asking even as a teenager. But what really gets me is how she would make me promise to give her part of my res check once I hit 18. She'd do so in a way that was so innocent but binding, as if she fully expected to remind me about it if I never paid her. For those who don't know, a res check is money given to people who descend from Native American tribes and have rights to the reservations. My dad is part of a such tribe and has been receiving a couple $1,000s every month since he was 18. I was set to start collecting on these checks myself once I turned 18 as well. Sadly, due to a bunch of political crap between the native councils and the American government, my blood was considered too diluted to receive these checks. Oh well, I can't miss what I never had. This made my mom really upset though. But it had hit me as an adult that my mom was trying to get me to promise her I'd give her half of it growing up. It was a frequent conversation where she'd be like, "You promised to take care of mommy? Are you really going to let me have a portion of your money?" For as long as I can remember. Honestly, it really ticks me off thinking about it. How did she not see how weird and toxic that behavior was? I don't know, maybe she was just super insecure and due to her disability, she was just looking for a way to get paid since she felt she couldn't work? Luckily, now she had overcome those insecurities and learned to live independently with her disability, even getting a job where she makes a decent amount of money she doesn't know what to do with. She sends me and my family money for special occasions and doesn't ask me these weird questions anymore. Not even about living with me now that I have a house and a family of my own. I still have to wonder what went through her head like a crazy person when she would ask her 6-year-old to pay her once they were 18. I can honestly say I've never read a story where the entitled person ended up having any form of redemption or redeeming qualities whatsoever. In this story though, your mom definitely has those, and I'm 100% with you. It would be kinda weird for a parent to ask their kid to make a commitment to give them money. Alright, that's enough entitlement for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Entitled Parents. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.